going on, guys? Kyle with TheCardGuyz. Here with Alex. It's been a long skirmish season, hasn't it?
It has. I'm tired.
You've only played like 3 skirmishes.
I know. But I played 2 this weekend, so I'm tired.
It's fair enough. You ended up winning. We're here at Showcase, but you ended up winning yesterday.
Yep.
With Oldhim. It's like your first time ever playing Oldhim, too.
Yeah, I played it at an armory the night before, and then played
2 rounds of that.
and then played at the event. So that's the only time I've ever played Oldhim.
Okay. Why Oldhim?
It's this and Viscera. I think are the 2 best decks in this format, and I knew we had a heavy meta with like Viscerais and Kasai's and things like that. The other best decks in the format, and I think that this deck preys on those. The only really technical bad matchups this deck has are Rhinar and Bravo. OG Bravo. So those are only 2 matchups I'm really scared of. But obviously Viscera can just kill you, and pretty much any deck in Blitz can just kill you right now. So you play whatever you think's the best deck, and that's going to give you the best chance to actually survive some turns.
What was your what were your matchups like?
I played against 2 Bravos. I played against a Lexi, a Warrior, which is a Dorinthia. I played against one more deck in Swiss, Oldhim. It was an Oldhim mirror match. And then I played 2 Kasai's and a Rhinar in top 8.
And you'll see all those on the channel too. I think we got like what, 3 features for me?
Yeah, we got a few of those featured match. First match was Bravo, which obviously, like typical when I go to tournaments, I play my worst matchup round 1, which is the match you don't want to lose. And we were going into time, and I had the clear lead in the match. In my opinion, I had both of my. I think I had either 1 or 2 old mans left in the deck, and
you had 2 Oaken Olds, and you were going to deck him out.
He didn't have many cards left in deck. I was going to deck him out, but since he got the second turn, which is basically the last turn of the game, I just took the damage and died because the draw was terrible for everybody. So I took the damage and died. Then I beat Dorinthia, and then I beat Oldhim, and then I beat, let's see, what did I just say?
I know you played Andrew.
Andrew was last round. That was another Bravo. And then I played, Lexi. So I played a Lexi. There's not much to say about those other matchups against the aggro matchups in the format. You're just taking your opportunities to hit them with big damage. We have a lot of on-hit effects that'll get you tempo back really quickly. A lot of dominates and old mans and endless winters and things like that that'll get you the tempo back really quickly. So not much to say there. You just block as efficiently as possible, survive, and get the tempo back when you can, and win the game with your huge attacks. Crown of Seeds is a fantastic card for mitigating damage, and you have a 4 Arcane Barrier plus Crown of Seeds for any of the Canos running around, and then you have 2 shields to choose from. You have Stalagmite and Rampart of the Ram's Head. These 2 shields are, you just have to figure out the style of play that each shield promotes. So in matches where you're trying to be a little bit more aggressive and stop some really incredible lines of play, you want the Stalagmite, especially if you don't think the game is going to go very long. So like I put the Stalagmite again against decks like Bravo and Rhinar and things like that I think we're going to be hitting really hard. And especially against Rhinar, where they have these really big turns that you need to slow them down on, like Blood Rush Bellows and things like that. Run the Rampart of the Ram's Head against any decks like Ira or Kasai or things like that are going to attack you multiple times, potentially breaking the chain. You get a lot of value out of your Crown of Seeds and Ram's Head that way.
Looks like everything else for your equipment is pretty much standard.
Yeah,
like obviously, if you play Kano, you're going to play the Arcane Lantern.
Right. There's not much to say about the equipment, obviously. Like Crown of Seeds, this deck plays Tectonic Plating because the Seismic Surges are really, really good for endless winters and things like that. So the Seismic Surges kind of stack too, because you have these 6-costed cards like Thunderquake and Glacial Footsteps, where you're able to use one of the Seismic Surges to reduce those to 5 cost, which allows you for 2 blues to make another Seismic Surge and then also play that card out of your hand, keeping a card for Arsenal, and then the cycling through and keeping the tempo up. Pitching Pummels to the bottom of the deck for late game. They just finished the game. They're incredible game finishers. You also have multiple dominate effects in the deck, like Glacial Footsteps, Fuse, Macho Grande, Terra Sunder. All these kinds of things are just insane. Play 1 Pulverize and 1 Awakening. because they're just unfair. Just put one of each of these in your deck, because why not?
Because why not?
Really, because like any of the aggro matchups, you can just take some damage, Awakening, Pulverize, and the tempo is yours again for the rest of the game. Steadfast, this card's really good against Kano. It's also really good against any of the Guardians in the format. So we do have some Guardians and Kanos in our format, so I decided to play one of it. It's very, 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 very good, especially for mitigating damage against Kano and mitigating the on-hit effects from Bravo and Oldhim in the mirror match. So lots and lots of just really good cards in the deck. You also play Channel Lake Frigid, which needs no explanation. There's fewer Earth cards than Ice cards. You need your hammer to hit for 4 with Ice, so you play more Ice cards. You also only need 1 Earth card in your hand to fuse with Old Min and for the defense reaction, which honestly, Oldhim's defense reaction, it's good in the format, but the format is so fast that
almost doesn't
it doesn't do a ton, right? Unless you're fatiguing people, like I fatigue Kasai sometimes, and fatigue just different decks that are just like Viscerai that are just keep coming at you. It allows you to kind of save some resources in the deck by pitching to prevent the next 2. Not a lot of good use for the reaction, in my opinion, in the format, especially if you're playing like against Crown of Seeds and cards like that. But Command and Conquer does its work. Just a necessary card.
You just got Sink, Blow, and Pummel just because those are just 2 very good generic cards.
Some people are playing a bit more aggro with Oldhim, playing like E-Strikes and things like that. I disagree with that just because I think that this deck its strong suit is its ability to slow down your opponent and then take back the tempo when you actually need to take back the tempo, not just being forced to try to play tempo. So like all the Oldhims that I've played against that run E-Strike so far have beaten. Just because Sink Below stops the hammer very cleanly, so you're able to keep 3 cards, not worrying about the Frostbite, get some tempo back, and then clean up with things like Awakening. If you ever get rid of the Awakening, you just block with the Pulverize because you're never casting that card ever again. And then I've also played 2 Staunch Response in the deck, so 2 Sinks, 2 Staunch.
And then what about these? You only have 1 of these.
Yeah, 1 Blizzard's really good against decks like Viscerai, things that you really, really want to slow down that play a lot of red cards. So it can be really good against Kasai as well, giving, they play the Go Again +3 card out of their hand Blade Runner, and then you're able to Blizzard the card in response to the Blade Runner. And then they just don't get the next attack, so most of the time anyway. 1 Pulse of Eisenloft, you just have to run that card. It's ridiculously good. Icequake, I think, is also a really solid card, being able to come in for 7 Frostbite on hit on a Command and Conquer for 1 blue pit, which is really, really good.
Not bad at all.
Also, it's just a solid arsenal card. A lot of times you're just cycling through your arsenal, and obviously I don't want to play 2 Blizzards because I don't want 2 0 block cards in the deck other than Blizzard and Awakening. If they're going to play 0 block cards in such an aggro format, they need to do a dang good job of winning the game. So just 2 of those cards in the deck. The rest is pretty self-explanatory, I think.
Appreciate the video, obviously.
Yeah.
Kind of forcing you to do this.
That's fine.
So, if you guys don't know, we have a Patreon that we're running, and
this list is going to be on the Patreon before we put it up anywhere else, so that our patrons have access to that. Also, this video will be live to the patrons before it goes live for the public. We're trying to give them access to the information for their skirmishes and things like that a little bit ahead of time, trying to reward them. Also, we have tons of patrons that are constantly getting deck lists that are exclusive to only Patreon.
We've got a really cool community we're building.
Our community is it's really the best. Like, I can't stress the people that I talk to on a daily basis in our Patreon text chat and Discord are just the best. And watching them succeed like daily is incredible.
Like from Indy, like a lot of them did incredible at Indy.
Yeah, we had so many day 2 patrons at Indy, and we had a guy play our Nathan's Viscerai list to winning a skirmish the other day. So the lists are good. We're trying not to hold back any information on the lists, which I think a lot of people are doing in other formats, and so we're trying to give you guys the best of the best decks so that it takes the pressure away from you to try to find the best deck and really reward the people that are supporting us. So
for sure. And also on top of that too, if you guys saw any cards in here that you think you might need for your Oldhim deck, We have a TCG Player affiliate link in the description below.
Yep.
At no extra cost to you, you can just click the link, and if you purchase any of these cards that you need, we get a slight kickback.
Yeah,
It helps us out to get to events and stuff. Again, like I said, no extra charge to you. We get a kickback, and ELE, everybody love everybody.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, of course. Just like and subscribe, and later, Alex.